These investors, I mean, and this is my opinion, right? The sophisticated people, right? So basically, they got burnt out for what happened in the past. And probably it's because we like to take that extra step that is start educating people that they are not maybe familiar with investing, and then just take time, do the work to educating them and then provide value. And in that way, they will be investing in the deals and building some trust in that way, right? That's kind of some of the things that we do here as a team. So that's why we're able to perform, right? So in the past, right? But if we go in the traditional way and go just to pitch with people that they like investing, it's gonna be obviously, yeah. Not obviously, it's just definitely it's harder right now. We see that more challenging.
One thing I would love to ask really quick, Chris, we obviously we're all over the country as far as having a team that's pretty solid, right? There's a lot of just amazing individuals in this room that are just from everywhere. Just a quick tip on maybe anybody that's going out just meeting up with brokers and talking to brokers, and how can somebody stand out and get taken serious in a sense, because I'm sure Chris well, let me ask you this question, and which will lead to the follow-up that I was going to go to. Have you ever met up with somebody at a property and you automatically know, okay, you know what? I know this guy or this individual most likely not going to be able to get the deal closed. He's not most likely, just you just know because you've been in the game long enough. Have you ever had that happen before?
Oh yeah, I'll say it. Everybody has to start somewhere, but
Correct.
you can tell pretty much upon the questions they're asking how experienced they are. If they're digging into how's rent on site, how's rent growth, what are we looking at, what kind of concessions are you running, how has the occupancy been historically, things like that. Those are good questions. If it's more like who mows your grass or going on down the street, that just more high generic-ish kind of questions, I mean, those need to be answered, but you get a decent vibe and energy from someone pretty quickly.
Nice, nice. And I think one of my first times walking with a broker, I mean, I had to get John. John was more, I'm more of a capex kind of guy. I love the construction. I know what I'm looking at when it comes down to looking at an asset and knowing what needs to be fixed. And obviously, I wasn't out there beating, the property, saying it was horrible and needs work, because I absolutely loved it. But John was actually, he's a numbers guy. He's up here helping me, come up with these questions to ask due to the numbers, due to maybe some of the underwriting that was happening on the back end, right? So I think that's just very important to know, is just showing up with great questions when we're out there meeting up with people like Chris. And I think that's gonna help us stand out a little more, and that's gonna help people like Chris take us a little more serious, and we sound credible. We know we have a solid team behind us that we have to back us up to close the deal. So I love asking that question, just because I think everybody needs to hear it.